Hello and welcome to another MarketSense AI tutorial. In this session, we'll guide you through using the Portfolio Builder, a powerful tool to assess your existing portfolio or to create and add new stocks to your expected portfolio. With the MarketSense AI platform, you can analyze your portfolio through an advanced lens to maximize its potential. Let's start with the primary objective, maximizing the MarketSense AI score. The MarketSense AI system using GPT-4 has estimated a score for each stock. Our research shows that a higher score correlates with a higher potential for outperformance. Essentially, you want to diversify your portfolio with many stocks that each have high scores, resulting in an overall high portfolio score. If this is all you need, then you do not need anything else. However, if you have specific preferences or investment strategies, MarketSense AI offers you flexibility and control. For example, you can utilize sentiment metrics, highlighted here on news, fundamentals, and dynamics, to fine-tune the attributes of your portfolio according to these metrics. Now, with MarketSense AI's extensive toolkit in mind, let's delve deeper into how you can maximize specific scores under certain conditions. These conditions typically relate to financial news, company fundamentals, and market dynamics. Picture a few different types of investors as we explain this, each with their own unique strategy. If MarketSense AI indicates a high fundamental score for a company, reflecting strong financial health, you are essentially acting as a value investor. Companies boasting high fundamental scores generally have robust financials, which align with value investing principles. Conversely, selecting companies with weaker fundamentals positions you more as a growth investor. Growth investors often target companies with potential for significant future expansion, even if their current financials are not particularly strong. Now let's consider price dynamics. Opting for companies with strong price dynamics means you're aligning with momentum investing strategies. Momentum investors seek stocks that are trending upwards in price. On the flip side, selecting stocks with negative price dynamics means you're taking a contrarian approach, buying stocks that are currently out of favor in the market with the expectation they will rebound. While MarketSense AI allows you to maximize the overall score, you might also want to delve deeper by focusing on these individual sentiment scores. Though we haven't delved into news sentiment, it's worth noting that positive news often aligns with momentum investing, while negative news typically aligns with contrarian strategies. Let's explore some examples to bring this to life. When aiming to maximize the MarketSense AI score without focusing on any specific criteria, you create what we call a top global stocks portfolio. By selecting this portfolio and adding it, MarketSense AI will include 15 top performing stocks aimed solely at maximizing the overall score. In this scenario, the combined MarketSense AI score for the portfolio is 8.81, the highest possible score from our dataset. This portfolio can be added to your existing investments or analyzed individually. Now let's remove this portfolio and explore some pre-built options. First up is the Solid Foundations portfolio, designed for value investors. This portfolio focuses on stocks with solid fundamentals. By adding it, you'll see that the MarketSense AI score is lower than the global portfolio, but the sentiment on fundamentals is much higher, nearly reaching 1. This indicates a selection of stocks with excellent financial health. Finally, let's remove the Solid Foundations portfolio and look at the Hidden Sparks portfolio, aimed at growth investors. In just a moment, it will update, and you'll see predominantly negative fundamentals mimicking the strategy of a growth investor. Next, we'll delete this portfolio and switch to the Momentum Masters. You'll see that the sentiment scores on price dynamics are going to be very high. Finally, let's switch to the Contrarian Capitals portfolio. Contrarian Capitals identifies stocks with weak dynamics. This approach can be particularly useful during periods like the one we're in now, where many stocks are hitting all-time highs, and you might be experiencing a fear of missing out. By selecting stocks that haven't performed well recently, you can potentially find undervalued opportunities. As you can see, the dynamics here are negative or very close to zero, and the overall score is lower. At the bottom of the page, you'll find some charts that give you an idea of your diversification across sectors. We previously discussed indicative portfolios and their usefulness within the portfolio builder. However, for those seeking more flexibility, there is a more adaptable approach. To utilize this, navigate to the Stock Signals page. On this page, you'll first see a list of stocks sorted in descending order based on MarketSenseAI's ratings. You can filter these stocks based on various dimensions on the left-hand side and customize your scoring approach based on news, fundamentals, and price dynamics. Let me give you an example. Let's say we want to find stocks within upward trend and have good fundamentals but show negative price dynamics. In a market environment where prices are at all-time highs, there may be a fear of missing out, FOMO. In this scenario, you might want to select stocks that have underperformed but show potential for future growth. Here's how to do it. Adjust the weighting bars to increase the focus on fundamentals and decrease the emphasis on price dynamics. Click Apply. The resulting list will display stocks with strong fundamentals but negative price dynamics. Researching this page, you can identify stocks with good MarketSense AI scores and add it directly to the portfolio builder. For demonstration, I'll pick a few stocks from the list. You can continue down the list to find other potentially interesting stocks. When you return to the portfolio builder, you'll see the added stocks and an overall score reflecting our approach. High fundamental scores and good sentiment, which indicates solid financial health but low on price dynamics. If you go back to the Signals page, you can further customize your search. By tweaking these settings, you can refine your search and find stocks that fit your criteria. We hope this tutorial has been helpful and that this tool assists you in building a portfolio that aligns with your investment strategy. Thank you very much.